Google is committed to working with diverse-owned suppliers. Our small business suppliers help Google run every day, from the desks we work on, to what we eat, to how we get around, even how we produce videos like this one. We are really proud of our small business supplier diversity program. And, our view is it's better to connect more minority-owned businesses, women, veteran, persons with disabilities, and LGBT-owned small businesses to opportunities within Google. We also offer free tools and training to help our suppliers thrive online because we understand that winning online is critical for growth in today's digital economy.
Google is committed. What they're committed is to develop us as a small business, to provide us education for us to succeed. That's priceless.
We were awarded a contract to do some significant transportation business with Google. This year, we will grow close to 70%.
The benefits that I think the biggest benefits are getting paid early, which has been huge for me because I don't have a ton of cash in my bank to pay for POs.
Ever since we joined forces and started working with Google, just having them as a client and be able to share that opens the door for other opportunities with other clients.
The National Minority Supplier Development Council has been a terrific partner, helping to identify a wide variety of minority business enterprise, or MBE partners, who've helped us innovate and grow. Together, we're committed to advancing opportunities for minority-owned businesses. We're really proud to say that Google worked with hundreds of fantastic MBEs, and we look forward to working with many more in the future.
Good afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Karen Dumas, our MC for today's luncheon.
Okay, now you can clap. Good afternoon, everyone. And welcome to the last luncheon of this remarkable NMSDC conference. My name is Karen Dumas. I'm a communications professional, a minority business owner, and on leave as host of my own radio show here in the city of Detroit. I'm also the former chief of communications for the city of Detroit, so I feel inclined to say thank you for choosing Detroit for this year's conference. I'm honored to be here with you today. I know you've been going nonstop for the last couple of days, so let's let this luncheon be a time of relaxation and inspiration. As you know, we've had record-setting participation in this year's conference. I'm sure you've been networking and absorbing everything you can from the workshops and the seminars. This conference is always a rich experience, and it always leaves us more grateful that the NMSDC is always there, advancing business connections that count. We'd like to offer a special thanks to Rose International for creating our conference app, which I hope was helpful to you throughout the conference. Join me, please, also in let's give them a round of applause. They help you navigate the conference. Let's also thank this year's corporate conference co-chairs, Fiat Chrysler Automobiles, Ford Motor Company, General Motors, Toyota, and our MBE conference co-chairs, Acro Service Corporation, Ampcus, and Kaiba. We also want to thank the Kellogg Company for sponsoring this morning's networking breakfast. That's a good partnership. Kellogg breakfast, always a good partnership. And a warm thanks to Lear Corporation and Raytheon Company for their sponsorship of our luncheon today. Let's give them a round of applause. To begin our program today, I'd like to introduce you to the last but certainly not the least of our MBE conference co-chairs, Ampcus. Speaking for Ampcus is the co-founder and CEO who asked me to introduce her simply as Ann from Ampcus. Please give her a round of applause.
Ampcus is a global business and technology consulting and a staff augmentation firm headquartered in Chantilly, Virginia, 25 miles west of Washington, D.C., with multiple offices in the United States, 3 global delivery centers, and 2 innovation labs. For over 13 years, we've been providing innovative, cost-effective, quality, and most importantly, sustainable solutions and services to Fortune 500 corporations globally, and we've also been supporting federal agencies and nonprofits on several mission-critical projects of theirs nationwide as a prime. In today's day and age of disruption, Ampcus's innovative solutions around digital transformation, advanced analytics, infrastructure management, cybersecurity, and testing and IVNV have helped several customers of ours across industries overcome several technology and business challenges.
Our information security management processes, our quality management processes, and our service management processes have helped us to deliver projects on time and within budget. We are very successful in expanding our existence with existing customer base and have also been highly successful in acquiring new customers. We have been a proud supporter of NMSDC for a long time.
NMSDC has over 12,000 plus certified MBEs and over 1,250 plus corporate members. Over 12,000 plus certified MBEs together generated over $450 billion last year. So we're talking about $1 billion every single day, and we are proud to be an NMSDC certified member. We are NMSDC!
Greetings, good afternoon, and welcome. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Anjali Ann Ramakumaran, founder and CEO of Ampcus. As you saw in the video, we're a global business and a technology consulting and a staff augmentation firm headquartered in Chantilly, Virginia, 25 miles west of DC, with multiple offices in the US, 3 global delivery centers, and 2 innovation labs. We exist to bring positive impact in the lives of our internal and our external customers. Like Salil said, we're not only known for client acquisition, we're also known for expanding our presence within our existing customer base. And we do that by investing in people, processes, and infrastructure. As a company, we've been growing at a rate of 40% for the last several years, and we've also been, proud to say, able to maintain a high employee retention of over 90%. Ladies and gentlemen, it's proven. Diverse workforce and diverse businesses bring positive impact. If you see the stats, which was shared by the Census Bureau, it states there are over 8 million Asian American, African American, Hispanic American, and Native American in the United States that have generated over $1.4 trillion in combined revenue. So you can imagine the impact. You can imagine the economic impact. And must say, NMSDC truly have been one of the key contributors. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an amazing feeling to be a part of this powerful network, which has over 12,000 plus certified MBEs and over 1,250 plus corporate members. We all MBEs truly would not have been able to come this far without the continued support of NMSDC at the national level as well as at the regional level. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to all the corporate members, board of directors, the chairman, Mr. Joe, our interim president, Louis, and all the council presidents, as well as the staff. At Ampcus, ladies and gentlemen, we not just think about today, but we think about generations to come. And that's the reason for the last 5 years, we've provided and supported students with scholarships so that they could complete their college education. We not just think about students, but we think about young, budding entrepreneurs, because they are the future. And that's the reason why we also support NMSDC and MetLife on the I program mission. Can we please have all the I participants stand up? Ladies and gentlemen, they are the rock stars. They're the future of tomorrow. And I want to say special thanks to McPherson Berry, MetLife, Raytheon, Citibank, Adient, USPS, and Time Warner for your continued support on the I program. Ampcus is with MetLife and NMSDC and all other corporate sponsors on this mission. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we truly believe that they are the future, and we got to take good care of them. MBEs, we were blessed. And I say we were blessed because when we started our entrepreneurial journey, we were backed by the support of members of corporate America, agencies, and nonprofits. We were surrounded by some great advocates and mentors, and that's the reason why we are here today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's our time to pay back, and it's our time to pay it forward. I'm proud to be an NMSDC certified member, and I proudly say this, we are NMSDC. Michelle, thank you so much for being a wonderful host. For all those folks who are local to Michigan, you all have been great. Thank you for having all of us at this beautiful city of Detroit and in this beautiful state of Michigan. For all those who are not local, safe travels back home later today, and I understand there's some folks who are flying back later this evening. I love you all. Wish each one of you continued success, good health, happiness forever. God bless all, and God bless America. Thank you all.
One of the most important lessons I've learned in my time as an Ohio State basketball captain is that in business, just like in sports, sometimes you just need a break. An opportunity to get in front of the right person or organization. That's what NMSDC does. Our NMSDC certification has afforded us the opportunity to meet and network with some of the most influential companies and individuals from all over the country. The National Minority Supplier Development Council advances business opportunities for minority business enterprises and connects them to corporate members. It's one of the country's leading corporate membership organizations. While the national office is in New York, each of their affiliate state council provides a direct contact point and interaction that yields a collaborative culture that is second to none. I'm Ron Stokes, and my company, 3 Leaf Productions, has been a proud member of the NMSDC since 2003. 3 Leaf provides integrated marketing services to our local Columbus, Ohio market, as well as regional and national clients. Our core services include strategic marketing and creative print management and digital solutions, as well as media consulting and promotional merchandise. My days as an Ohio State University basketball student-athlete taught me that there is no I in team. Likewise, the relationship between the council, its corporate members, and MBEs create a scenario that changes I to we. Simply said,
we are. We are.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are NMSDC.
We are NMSDC.
So somebody here doesn't like me. I got Dayton Flyers, I got Buckeyes. You know, I'm a Wolverine, and I'm just catching hell today. But I show them some love, everyone. Good job, Brian. Really great remarks by Ann, and I'm glad she thanked all of us that are part of NMSDC. There's one additional group I'd like to call out. We have a number of folks from around the world. There are councils in Canada and South Africa and Australia. All over the world we have in UK, and they're part of us. And please recognize the leaders from those places and delegates from people who've come from overseas to come here today. Will you please stand and be recognized? And my EYE folks, raise your hands again. Question for you. How many of you want to have lunch with me? It's an inside joke with them. Anyway, my name is Louis Green. Again, you should know that by now. And I hope Ann's wrong. You're not flying out tonight because you're going to miss the awards banquet and you're going to miss the 45 celebration. So hopefully your flight's tomorrow. We're going to make that good. And I think you're going to really enjoy about what you're about to hear. It is our final fireside chat this year. Karen Dumas, who you've heard, who's a legend here and a friend, is going to be speaking with Matt Simoncini from Lear. I'm a stockholder, I told him, and so I'm counting on him to continue to do the great things that we have. He is the President and Chief Executive Officer and Director of Lear Corporation, and again, as you heard, is one of our sponsors for luncheon. Welcome, Matt. Thanks for being here. Karen, both of you guys, come on up, and we can have this. Please give them a warm welcome. Karen, over to you.
All right, good afternoon, everyone, again. Honored to be able to talk with you, Matt. Thank you so much for being here. Let's start with those of us who are in Michigan. Certainly here in Detroit, we know all about the Lear Corporation. For our guests who are out of town, let's talk about Lear and your company's position in the marketplace.
Well, great. First of all, it's an honor to be here. I don't know how you follow Ann, but I'll do my best. Starting with Lear Corporation, we are a $21 billion publicly traded automotive, tier one automotive supplier. We make two main products, seating systems and electrical distribution and electronics. So we're in a sweet spot. We're in 38 countries around the world, approximately 160,000 employees. We started 100 years ago right here in the city of Detroit, and we are still located, headquartered worldwide in the Tri-County area in Southfield, right up the road. And we've reestablished both manufacturing and what we call our innovation center in Detroit, and we are the best seat maker in the world. I had to say that because Ann recognized Adiant. So the Adiant guys, God bless Adiant for what their support they've done for this organization and really was a leadership in diversity sourcing. So, but that's my way of saying, welcome guys.
To your turf, all right. You are based here in the region, as you indicated, Matt, right here in Southfield. For those who are not familiar, that is about 20 miles from here at Cobo. But you're very active in Detroit's Renaissance, as you have been. Let's talk about your commitment not only to the region, but to the city.
Well, Detroit's our home. We started 100 years ago here, but it's also the home of automotive. And it's a city that has been well publicized for their troubles, their needs. I grew up in the city. I was born and raised in the city of Detroit. I'm a product of the Detroit Public Schools. I went to Wayne State, which is an urban university right up the road. Known, we like to think of it as Harvard of the Midwest.
Okay.
The needs in the city of Detroit are so great. And I think every corporation has an obligation to support the communities we do business in, whether it's in Munich or Shanghai, Juarez. But here in Detroit was our home, the needs were compelling, and we felt we needed to do more. And doing more means supporting local communities, supporting schools, Focus Hope, basic needs, but it's also trying to figure out a way to create jobs. So we've been actively involved with our partner, Jim Comer, who's here today, creating jobs in the city of Detroit, trying to also do our share in fixing the riddle that is public education.
Well, and I know I'm supposed to stay on script, but I'm going to veer off just a touch because I think it's something that needs to be said. Lear, Matt, took the lead in helping to redefine the Detroit that everybody is seeing and enjoying today. A lot of times we don't realize that the things that we see did not happen overnight. And I remember while I was in the Bing administration, you and Lear taking a leadership role in helping to redefine the infrastructure. So all of this stuff that you see now, you know, the seeds were planted earlier, and certainly Lear took a lead, and thank you so much for doing that. That made a big difference.
Let me tie it out to business though, because we are a for-profit entity like I think most of you in the room are. This is about making your employees feel good about the company they work for. If all things are equal, don't you think somebody wants to come and work for a business that supports the community? It's about branding in a way. Now, it goes beyond that, but that's what I tell my board when they yell at me for how much money we're giving away.
Well, keep giving the money away. Let's talk a little bit about the auto industry, which right now is undergoing some rapid changes with the movement toward autonomous vehicles. Right. Let's talk about where you see the industry going, Lear's position in this space, as well as the opportunities and the challenges for minority businesses.
Well, this is the greatest time in the history of the automotive industry to be an automotive. And the reason we say that, Karen, is because there's this huge convergence of tech, high tech, and old line hardware manufacturing. So you have firms like Google and Apple trying to get in our space, and the reason they are is because they see the huge opportunity as the cars become a rolling smart device. The data that's being generated by the cars and being managed by the cars are going to be just as important as the hardware. Then on top of it, we're designing really neat things, and we provide jobs making really neat things. So I think the opportunity is endless as far as the data management, the data as a revenue stream. If you think of the major trends in the world, right? Urbanization, mass transportation, mobilization, connectivity, CO2 emissions, all being addressed by the automotive industry. Artificial intelligence. This is the place to be, right here in our industry, right here in the city of Detroit.
So those opportunities for minority businesses, what are some of the challenges and how do they overcome those challenges in realizing those opportunities?
The challenge for any entry into any industry, whether it's automotive, data, distribution, medical devices, it's always the business-to-business kind of interaction. You can have skills that support or technology that supports it, but it's knowing how to interact with the auto industry, knowing the prove-out period that Ford and Chrysler and General Motors and Toyota demand, because we're also selling a safety product. So these systems have to be secure from a cyber standpoint, and the product has to be safe. Understanding that prove-out period and the resources required to do that is very hard. That's where I think having a quality partner comes into place. So first and foremost, like any for-profit entity, you have to have a value equation. And it can't be because we're a diverse enterprise. That might be the icing on top, but you have to have a value, and the value will sell itself. To get into our industry, you need to understand the front end of the business.
Okay. All right, so let's talk about Lear Corporation joining the $1 billion roundtable in 2016. Certainly attitude and performance are a reflection of leadership. And your commitment to spending $1 billion with minority, women, and veteran-owned companies annually. Let's talk about the company's commitment to supplier diversity and the strategic role that it plays in Lear's success.
Well, you know, it starts off with diversity in general, right? Is this being broadcast? It probably is, right? You're going to have it on tape. I can't believe the best solution for employment, the best solution for sourcing, the best solution for management, senior leadership is a bunch of old white guys, which historically we have been because we have an unconscious bias of hiring and sourcing people and firms that look like us that we have history with, right? So in order to get the best, in order to drive your organizations forward, you have to embrace diversity and attack unconscious bias at every level. So to us, first and foremost, setting a tone at the top, which starts, by the way, at the board of directors. Then it comes down to senior leadership and your management practice, and then follows through to your MBEs and getting at the $1 billion roundtable, which is an amazing feat because it says We believe in this, and it makes the organization better because we are going to source where it makes the most sense. We are going to hire the people that make the most sense. We are going to have leaders that are diverse, that represent the people that we ultimately sell to. So for us, it was an incredibly important strategic initiative. And I think ultimately it makes us better.
And I hear the conversation beyond diversity for inclusion. That's the other part.
Well, think of inclusion this way. If you had a son or a daughter, right, would you like to be a company that your daughter could work at that you'd be proud of? I can't believe that the best ideas that can come from one particular gender or one particular race. We need to be proud of the organizations we're in that we are open to the best ideas. It has to be, to me, diversity is a meritocracy. It's just saying we want fairness. We want a level playing field, right? That's all that we want in life. That's what we want for our children. That's what we want. That's what America's based on, right? Diversity and a meritocracy. And I actually look forward to the day when we don't have to have diversity councils. We don't have to have organizations like this to make sure that rights are being protected. It just happens. It happens because it's the right thing to do because it provides the most value to the individuals. And so to me, this is a necessary step to get to where we ultimately need to do to make up for years when we didn't do the right thing. So I'm proud of what we're doing. And diversity, by the way, is also diversity of thought, diversity of gender, diversity of race, diversity of sexual orientation, feeling safe to go to work at the company every day, not having to hide who you are. That's part of it too.
So can we throw your hat in the ring for President 2020, Matt?
Well,
sounds like you got some support.
I can't run because I don't know how to do Twitter.
But I do. I can handle that for you, Matt. That's an easy one. All right. You are also one of the few companies that created a minority joint venture, IMA, led by Jim Cromer, who you acknowledged earlier. Tell us about Lear's relationship with IMA.
Well, it goes way back. First and foremost, Jim Comer is a man of utmost integrity. Jim Comer believes in the mission of MBEs. He hires in the community. He pulls people up. He pays it forward. He mentors young people. He is the ideal of what we want in a partner. He also is great at manufacturing. He knows the auto industry. He put his time in at Toyota. He's come up through the ranks. He's a great quality individual from the standpoint of quality parts. So I couldn't think of a better partner to have than Jim Comer to walk this mission with us. And when we decided and we said we need to do this and we need to do this in the city of Detroit, Jim Comer says, I've got this. And he hires in the community that we do business in, and it's run by a diverse management team. They're the real deal, and I'm so honored to call him my brother.
So Louis Green said that the first time he heard you speak to a room full of MBEs at Lear, your final statement was, let's make money together.
Well, we're not here
Sounds
for
like
our
a campaign slogan. All right. That's a simple yet powerful concept. Right. Matt, tell us, what is your advice for corporations who also want to make it to the $1 billion roundtable? And what is your advice to the minority businesses who want to grow and be successful?
Well, first and foremost, we're here to make money. We're here to embrace the mission, but ultimately we need to make money because if not, it'd be a hobby, right? I think first and foremost, it goes back to what we said, have a value equation. You have to have a value equation, and then the goods and services will sell themselves. And diversity is just an added benefit that says, yes, we're going to get our fair share, and we're going to help you promote the mission of diversity. So I think, to me, it's very important to have that. I think it's important to also have the right capital structure, and at times, you need the resources to invest in the business, and if you can't get it from the lending community, that's where a partner comes in, because again, it's business to business, maybe someone that helps you along the way. The one thing that I keep coming back to is, I like diverse partners and diverse firms that embrace the ideal of diversity and doesn't just put their name on it to get a designation or a certification. That's not what this is about.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Matt a round of applause. I have to tell you, I posted that I was having the conversation with Matt earlier, and I said, you have a huge fan club. People were talking about how nice he is, that he gives the best hugs, that he's the, I said, so, you know, good people make great professionals, and certainly, Matt, you uphold that. So thank you so very much.
I thought you meant like the bartenders and the big tips I leave. Thank you.
I wasn't going to tell, so.
Karen, let's hear it for Karen.
Thank you, Matt.
Oh, thanks, honey.
Thank you, I appreciate it. All right, so we are almost done. The awards banquet tonight will bring this year's NMSDC conference to a close, and what a great one it has been. I've heard so many comments, people saying this is actually the best conference that they've been to. So let's give the team a round of applause for pulling together an amazing conference. But it's never too late also for you to share your experiences here at the conference on social media. Please continue to post, tweet, and spread the word about the NMSDC. So hopefully you know how to do Twitter a little better than Matt, not as well as our president. Please join me in one more round of applause for the sponsors of today's luncheons, Lear Corporation and Raytheon Company. And thank you all so much for being here. Thank you again for inviting me to be a part of this work. I appreciate it. Thank you.